So I'm going to do something a little differently this time. I was in a Toys R Us earlier today, and I found two of the latest releases in Bandai's Sprue Kits line. If you remember, Sprue Kits is their new entry-level, beginner kind of model kit line for Western audiences. We previously took a look at their Arkham City Batman and Halo 4 Master Chief figures, which were decent figures. They were fun. They're a bit big. I think they were kind of in like the 8-9 inch height range. I think 6 inch would be a little bit better for figures that size. But anyway, we're getting off track. Sprue Kits has recently paired up with Nintendo of all companies, and expanded their Sprue Kits line to include Pokemon. What? Huh? Imagine my surprise when I saw these on the shelf. I don't know anything about Pokemon. I came up way too late for Pokemon. That stuff started getting popular in about 1998, when I was already 18, and it just wasn't for me. I didn't even have a Game Boy at the time. I didn't know anything about anime. I didn't care about Japanese toys in any capacity at the time. So it completely passed me by. I never even played a Pokemon game until about a year and a half ago when X and Y came out. I picked up X because I kept hearing from left and right, oh my god, this is such a great game. It's the best game in the series. It's blah, 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 blah. So I figured I'd give it a try. And no big shocker there. Didn't really like it. But it's just because it's not my jam. It's just not up my alley. But I figured, I've got a lot of friends who are really into Pokemon. There's certainly a market for these kind of models, shocking as it may seem. So I figured they were cheap. They were on sale. I got these for about $11 a piece. So I figured, what the hell? I'll pick them up and see what they're like. So we're gonna go ahead and do a complete ground up build on both of these, because if they're anything like the previous Sprue Kits that I've built, which even the level 3 kits only took me about 40 minutes to build, so a level 1 kit shouldn't take me more than about 15 minutes. So let's get cracking. So the boxes have similar box art to the other Sprue Kits that I've done, though much, much smaller. And instead of being the lid type box, these just have the top flap. So I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about what's on the box, because that's not why you're here. Entire kit is contained in one bag, including the instructions, which I've never seen that before. Alright, we got one runner, we got two runners, we got a sticker, we got our instructions, single page. Yeah, this looks like it's going to be about the simplest thing I've ever done. So, looks like it starts with the head, and as I said when I was doing the original Sprue Kits reviews, these just pop right off with no effort, no tools required. Absolute beginner level type stuff. Interesting though that both of these runners appear to be system injected. So you've got the yellow, black, and red, and then your yellow and brown. So starting off with the head, get those eyes in there. There's a channel in there, a couple of guide rails to fit the eyepiece. And the sticker sheet, sorry, I keep dropping that. The sticker sheet appears to have whites for the center of his eyes, which I guess is accurate to the animation. But for the moment, yeah, he's just kind of got these black, lifeless, soulless shark eyes, which for a character that's as cute as Pikachu is actually a little bit terrifying. And there's a separate, there's a sticker. The mouth does not remain red. The mouth actually is supposed to be yellow, or is pink rather. All right. Where am I? Head, head, head. There's supposed to be another insert to fit into the head, but these instructions are a little bit doofy. Okay, never mind. Before we attach the head, we're supposed to assemble the body and the neck component. I've never done a live build before, so this is kind of at least not with a complete commentary. The last time I did something similar to this was the camper, Lego camper I did last year, and that wasn't fully commentated. So, all right, so we got our cute little torso, and the head appears to snap on like so, except there's supposed to be something that goes in between, because I'm an idiot and I forgot. Dough. Good thing I didn't trim my thumbnails yet this week, or I never would have been able to get that apart. Okay, A14. A13 and 14, so. This one was off to a rousing start here. Okay, there we go. Oh, this is interesting. I'm not sure if I should talk about this little feature just yet, or if I should wait until the whole thing is assembled, but it appears it has an ear-waggling action feature. These little stubs on the top, they fit into a guide rail system, and if you look, they waggle a little bit as the head turns. Isn't that cute? Alright. Where are the ears? Are 7 and 8. Ear tip is A1. Interesting thing to notice, in the earlier sprue kits that I've done, there was kind of a hollow cutout for each section of runner indicating what that part of the runner was for. So like there was a boot for the leg, or a fist for the hand, or a helmet for the head. But here, each part, you know, A1, A2, A5, whatever, has a little embossed Pikachu head. Or for the torso, there's a little Pikachu torso. No, there's not. It's just a Pikachu head. The whole thing is just embossed Pikachu heads. So it really doesn't. I lied. I'm sorry. I should have looked a little more closely. Anyway, where were we? We're doing the ears. Here we go. There we go. All right, that's one ear. Normally, if I was doing a proper job, I would, regardless of the fact that these are sprue kits that snap off quick and easy, I'd still be using tools. But who's got that kind of time? You know, this is just a quick and dirty little video. Let's get this arranged correctly. Doesn't seem to want. There it goes. Oh, did I put these in backwards? Oh. No, they only go one way. Oh, okay. They're supposed to angle back a little bit. There we go. But see, if you look, they waggle. Isn't that cute? I think I'm going insane. Where are we? So now we got to do the stripes on his back, 25 and 26, and they're keyed. Each stripe only fits in a specific location, so that there's notches in each one. Like I said, these are for absolute beginners. So every part is designed to only fit in a specific place. So it's almost impossible to screw it up. Now, one way or another, though, there's always ways to screw up a model. Where am I? All right. Are these the feet? Or are these the arms? No, these are the arms. I thought these were the feet. Got these cute little mousy arms, and yeah, they're marked as to which side is which. There's a little detail. See, he's got a little bitty thummy there that kind of sticks out a little bit, indicating which side is which. He's got cute little waggly arms. And yeah, same with everything else. The feet only fit in one way. And then there's his tail. And then that's Pikachu. Just about done. Ugh. Out of there. There we go. And how does this fit? It's like that. And there, that's his tail. And his tail plugs in sideways. There, we got our cute little finished Pikachu. With his waggly ears. I'm not really sure what to make of this. The soulless black eyes, I think, really are a clincher on this guy. Yeah, I'm a little bit unsettled. Feel like he's staring into my soul. Ah. Anyway, so that is Pikachu. You know what? Before we set Pikachu aside, I'm going to go ahead and apply his stickers. Stickers, decals, decals, whatever it is you want to call them. So he's got his little pink tongue. And I really wish I had a hobby knife or a set of tweezers to apply these with right now, but whatever. My giant, colossal, huge-ass sausage fingers are not very good at applying very, very small stickers that need to be very precisely placed, especially in recessed areas like the mouth. But it seems to have gone okay. There we go. And now just his little nose, which, oof. I hate stickers like this that have to fold around compound corners and details and blah blah blah. I mean, they never work right. But there we go. He's got his nose, his mouth is correctly colored, and he's got the whites of his eyes and his waggly little ears. So, yes, that is our finished Pikachu, and he's adorable and kind of terrifying. So, let's get cracking on the second one. Our second one is Mewtwo, who, as I have learned via osmosis from having spent decades on the internet, is a genetically engineered Pokemon who was introduced in the first movie, which was appropriately called Pokemon the First Movie, in and around 1999-2000 or so. And apparently he's very, very dangerous. And I don't know anything else about him, or even if it's a him or not. I have no idea. But this one is a little more complicated. This one comes in 2 bags. Starting off, great big anime eyes. And a big purple sticker, or two big purple stickers. I'm not really sure what they do. But this one actually appears to come with a stand, which is interesting. Can't say I'm terribly surprised. From what I understand, the Figuarts version of Mewtwo was basically impossible to stand up. I don't know much about the design of the character, but I think it's got like really stupid tiny feet. Yeah, he's got like the digitigrade legs with essentially no toes for standing on. So yeah, that makes it basically impossible to get him to stand up properly, apparently. Now, oh, even this one has the embossed Pikachu head for the logo. I guess that's just kind of a default for all of the Pokemon figures. Now we're starting with Runner B, B2, and here we got B2. So B2, 16, and 17. This one's gonna be a little bit more elaborate than Pikachu, obviously, because this one actually has like joints and stuff going on, whereas Pikachu has a little ear-waggling gimmick, and that's pretty much it. 13 and 15. I mean, Pikachu's arms move a little bit, but other than that, and I mean, his head turns back and forth, but yeah, there's not really much going on with Pikachu. Whereas this guy is quite a bit more elaborate. Like already, we've got an elbow joint, a ball joint for a wrist swivel. Very interesting looking hands, and this will not stay still. Stop spinning on me. 18 and 19. I will say I like about these is that none of the parts have popped off of the runners on their own. Everything's been very secure, unlike the Batman that I did, the first one. Was it the Batman or was it the Master Chief? I think it was Batman that was missing an armor piece on his ankle. And I never did find it, so I'm pretty convinced it was just gone out of the box. But that is a completed arm. And I'm actually impressed by that range of motion on the wrist. So, I don't know, maybe Mewtwo here can do kind of a four-legged pose as well, because that wrist can fold back completely. It's got it's a bit gappy. I can't quite get the seam to close up. But you know, whatever. It shouldn't be too hard to fix if I were to, you know, take some time and effort at it. But good elbow, decent looking arm. So let's get on to the other one. Now, when I'm doing the first of any repeated item on any model kit I've ever done, I always very, very carefully follow the instructions very closely and make sure that I only remove the pieces as they're being used. But when I'm doing the second of any repeated part, like a second arm or a second leg, I usually go through all of the different runners that get used and just pop all of the pieces off and just arrange them in front of me and grab them as I need them. But yeah, so that is a second arm. Let's do his legs. So that uses runner B1, starting with 4 and 5. Now Mewtwo, sorry, has got these big bulbous thunder thighs. 2 and 3. It's an interesting design. And I can already see he's got... am I doing this right? Yeah, I think so. There we go. I can already see he's got a good, fairly decent knee, ankle. Except did I maybe put this in backwards? I don't think so. Nope. Okay. Got a little bit mixed up because there's it's a little gappy. Like it feels like it should extend a little bit further. There's a bit of a gap left behind there. Feels like it should move more, but it doesn't. And then big toes, which look suspiciously like cleavage. And the toes appear to be symmetrical, so there's no need to worry about which one is which. But that is a leg with his cleavage toes. So, other leg. Like I said, I always just snap everything off. And that's a handy thing about these sprue kits, is that it's super easy to do that. You know, normally with a Gundam or something a little more elaborate, you know, you spend as much time trimming the parts off of the runners, because, you know, you got to use your clippers and your hobby knife to trim off the flash and the, you know, sprue scars and whatever. And, you know, it's a huge time investment to do that. But, alright, so that is that runner done. Still some mechanical stuff in here, looks like, for the torso. But we're going to do the head first. Well, that was easy. Okay. Now, halves of the torso. And got some mechanical gizmos, some linkages, stuff going on in here. Not sure what the purpose of these is, but looks interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure what this connects to. Yeah, there's a... I think this would be attached to his tail, and then this linkage inside. I'm not really sure what it does, but let's see if we can figure it out. B10. Okay, maybe it pairs up with one of his arms. Yeah, it's keyed and notched so that the peg that his right arm fits in will move up and down as you move the tail. But there's a detent in it, so if you lower the tail too much, it'll get stuck, and it's a little bit stiff to release. But I think it'll wear a little bit and become easier to move as time goes on. And we're close to done. Just got to do his big belly. Except there's a chest plate and back plate. I think we got to do first. Oh, and that's stickers. The purple stickers go around there to match up with the belly plate, but I'm not going to do that because, as I have well documented in the past, I hate stickers. And tail, which is in 4 pieces. Oh, that was a satisfying click. Love that sound. Tail, all right. And yeah, that tail just kind of latches on good and solid. All right. And that is our basic assembly. So as you waggle the arm, the tail moves, and vice versa. Tail also can swivel. It's got you know, decent swivel shoulders, hinged elbows, as I showed, ball jointed wrists, swivel neck, hinged ankles. Toes don't do anything. Can't stand worth a damn. hence why they included the display base. It might be possible to get him to stand if you kind of lean him just right. But I think I almost got him. Not quite. Ooh. So I guess that means we got to do the stand. And it is one of those super easy, no problem, no hassle, easiest thing in the world to build stands. And there he is. Not sure why there's a big plug on his back. There's nothing in the instructions that I'm seeing about why he has a big hole in the back of his head or in the back of his back. Anything? I don't see anything on here about a hole in his back. Why there would be a hole in his back. Maybe for the... I can't figure that out. I would imagine the hole in the back of his head, though, is so he can look straight forward. So, yeah. Want to have him looking up. So he's like flying Mewtwo, whatever. You can. But there he's limited to just left and right. But when it's attached in the proper place, he's got a little bit of play. He's a little bit of up and down. But that's about it. Actually, that arm tail gimmick is not too bad. There's enough movement in it that it doesn't feel too restrictive. But it's an unusual gimmick, to say the least. I don't know, but let's put his eyes on so he's not staring at me with cold, dead, hollow facial features. And there they go. There. That actually brings out a lot of character in him. I'm actually really impressed. It's, see, those eyes actually are pretty cool. I'm impressed. That kind of changes my whole perception of him just a little bit. The addition of some sympathetic-looking eyes. But yeah, I don't get what that socket in his back is for. I have no idea. Maybe there's like a gimmick that it's supposed to come with, or like a future version, or maybe like something else is supposed to plug into him, like an accessory that will be released in a later date. I have no idea. All I know is that he's got a big hole in his back. I don't know anything about Pokemon. Maybe that's just part of his thing. But he's actually pretty cool. I have to admit, this is actually a pretty cool model kit. It's a bummer that I don't like Pokemon more, because this is actually kind of neat. Forgot to mention, the base is molded like a Pokeball, though it's clear, so it's not obvious from the beginning. That said, you kids and your Pokemans and your Animus, and I don't get it. As much as I actually kind of really enjoyed the Mewtwo build, as quick as it was, this thing is kind of neat. I do not get Pokemon at all. I mean, it's basically, animal cage fighting for sport to determine the, future of the world. It's like so weird. I don't get it. I mean, how is it legal in the world? Like, in the world it inhabits, how is that legal to enslave animals and torture them for sport, for fun? I'm sure there's, some philosophical explanation within the context of the show and the games that, you know, the Pokemon get something out of it too. They enjoy it, blah de blah de blah. But just all I see is, cockfighting with magic animals. But they're kind of disturbingly cute. Um, the Sprue Kits line of Pokemon, there's these two in the level 1, and then there's two more in the level 2, which I believe are the signature Pokemon from X and Y. I know one of them is called Xerneas, I think. Some sort of deer with like magic antlers. I didn't play long enough to ever get one or encounter one, and I have no idea what it is or what it does, and I don't know the name of the other one, so I don't really care. Um, but they're fun. They're quick builds. They take no time at all. Yeah, if you got $15 to spare and you don't mind having a weird little mutant cat or electric mouse on your shelf, pick one up. There's worse things you could buy. And you know what? I think I just figured something out. Hey, look at that! I figured out what the that socket on the back of his head is not actually for articulation. He's got this weird pipe tube thing that plugs into the back of his head. That goes from his back. I totally didn't even see it on the runner. So yeah, there's that. How about that? He's got a dildo sticking into the back of his brain. Um, so Pika?